Hi, yes, so I'm Kelly Baxendale and we're studying St Michael's Church in Middleton, and I do some volunteering here and also at All Saints Church, which is also in the Middleton Parish. So I'm safeguarding officer over the two churches. I didn't start off doing this as a volunteer. I was doing my communion classes and we got into conversations with the vicar, and I had young children and we was talking about how difficult it can sometimes be with young children. So I volunteered to help with sort of a creche for very young children. And from that, someone very kindly nominated me to sort of oversee junior church when that person was sort of stepping down from the role. And I was also asked at a similar time whether I'd do the safeguarding for the church. I think because of my profession and the work I do now, then I do have an awareness of safeguarding, so it makes sense for me to try and bring that into this voluntary role. But I have worked with lots of other safeguarding officers who haven't always had that background, and I think there's lots of support there within the churches and the diocese to work. So I would say that it's helpful to have the background I have, but it's not always necessary because there are clear policies and procedures and support in place. I think you just need to be able to read and understand a policy and procedure and be able to make sure it's being implemented, and that's probably a more important skill than knowing all about safeguarding initially, but it does obviously help. If you can contribute even just a little bit, then it can really help ease the load. So like for me in safeguarding, if someone assists me, that means that the load isn't just on me. So if you're prepared to take on a voluntary role, it doesn't always have to be a big role, but just taking on some aspects of a supporting role can really help. I've always been somebody who's liked helping people, and I think I've chosen careers around that, but I also think that it is important to do what we can, and I feel that this is my way of doing my bit. It can be challenging balancing home life, work life and all those demands, but I still feel that it's important to try and carve out this time, and I think ultimately doing my bit does make me feel good, but it also helps me connect to my faith as well, which I think is important.